students. So today I am going to discuss about stability of allyl radical, then orbital pictures and examples, various examples which shows the phenomenon of resonance. Okay. Yesterday's lecture, we already discussed about the allyl radical. As we know that the allyl radical shows three ESR signal and it's a symmetrical one. So the structures, it is very important to determine the what is the actual structure of the allyl radical, and that we are not able to determine by the usual process or usual theory. So we turn into a different type of the theory that is called as resonance, and on the basis of resonance we know that the allyl radical is made up of two contributing structure, or it is called as canonical forms also, that may be represented as this one or this. And these two resonating or contributing structures forms one hybrid resonance. Okay, and that hybrid resonance indicates or it is related to the structure of allyl radical, and this hybrid resonance indicate not a single bond, just in a contributing structure you will get a single and double bond, but in the hybrid structure we display there is not a pure single and pure double bond, but there is a half portion is a single bond and a half portion is a half bond. So it is called as one and half bond. So on the basis of the hybrid structure of the allyl radical, we know that it gives the allylic rearrangement. Just in the case of one octene, why you will get two different products, because there is a allylic rearrangement takes place. And why there is a allylic rearrangement takes place? Because the allyl radical have such type of the structure where the odd electron, this is the radical, so I am talking about the odd electron. This odd electron not written on only the terminal carbon this or this, but it retained throughout the molecule, or that odd electron shared by all the carbon, and due to this you will get the allylic rearrangement that we discussed in detail in the case of reaction of domination of one octane. Second thing, again, this structure proves the ESR study also, because this structure shows three ESR signal, and that's why it is a symmetrical one. So this is the actual structure of the allyl radical. Again, this structure resembles to the stability, as we discussed the stability sequence of the radicals, and we know that the allyl radical is a much more stable as compared to tertiary, secondary, primary, methyl and vinyl. Okay. Now again in detail, we how this allyl radical is stable one. Okay, so we discussed the today's point, that is stability of allyl radical. As we know that it shows the concept of the resonance, phenomenon of the resonance, because it having a two contributing structures are equivalent one, they having the same stability, and therefore the allyl radical structures is a hybrid one, resonance hybrid one, and that's why it is a stable one. Okay, but still we want to know what is the stability of allyl radical, and then followed by the orbital picture and example. Okay, so the most important outcome of the resonance theory is that in terms of the allyl radical, okay, the resonance hybrid of the allyl radical is most stable one. Okay, it requires less energy. Most stable means it requires less energy. Also, the hybrid structure of the allyl radical is more stable than its corresponding contributing structure. Okay, I am visible? Yes, corresponding contributing structure. So this is the most important outcome. Through the resonance, we should know that the structure of allyl radical. Through the resonance theory, we should know that the stability of the allyl radical, it is a much more stable one, and it's having a less energy content. And again we know that through the resonance, the hybrid resonance structure of the allyl radical is a much more stable than the either of the contributing one. Now see the again the stability in detail. Now here I am writing this is N-propane. This is N-propane. Okay, and this is propylene. This is propylene. N-propane and propylene. Propane contains 3 carbons. Propylene contains 3 carbons. Okay. Now, if you carry out the dissociation, that is called as homolytic fission. Okay. So you will get here a radical CH3, CH2, CH2, and you will find out here the odd electron. This you can generate a radical from the N-propane. I am taking the for the comparison purpose because propylene contains 3 carbon, N-propane contains 3 carbon. Okay, so propane generate a radical and it requires energy delta H is equal to 98 kilocalorie. 98 kilocalorie. Okay, and in the case of propylene, when the again the dissociation takes place, you will get the radical. This is called as allyl radical. In the case of previous case, you will get the propyl radical. So when the dissociation of N-propane takes place to yield a radical that is called as propyl radical, it requires energy 98 kilocalorie, and to generate allyl radical from the propylene molecule, it requires an energy delta H is equal to 88 kilocalorie. So there is a difference. Delta H is equal to 10 kilocalorie. So it clearly indicates what? When there is a generation of or formation of allyl radical from the propylene molecule, it requires 10 kilocalorie less dissociation energy than the N-propane molecule. Okay, N-propane molecule. So that means the allyl radical is a much more stable. समझ में आ रहा है? एनर्जी जितनी कम लगेगी उतनी स्टेबिलिटी ज्यादा रहेगी. तो प्रोपाइलिन से allyl radical फॉर्म होने के लिए 88 किलो कैलोरी एनर्जी लग रही है. वही कंपाउंड N-propane लिया हमने जिसमें 3 कार्बन है. ओके, जस्ट लाइक अ प्रोपाइलिन कंटेनिंग 3 कार्बन. सो उससे जब प्रोपाइल रेडिकल बनता है तो उसमें 98 किलो कैलोरी एनर्जी लगती है. तो 10 किलो कैलोरी एनर्जी इसको कम लग रही है, मींस 10 किलो कैलोरी से ये allyl radical is a stable one. Okay, because it requires less energy. And why the allyl radical is a stable one? Because it having a because it is a resonance hybrid. Okay, and that resonance hybrid is made up of same stability equivalent structure that is called as contributing structure. Okay, so this is all about the stability of allyl radical. Again, from the energy values, we confirm that allyl radical is a stable one. And from the resonance theory, we know that the stability of allyl radical. But on the basis of the dissociation energy data, okay, as we know that it having a less 10 kilocalorie energy. So again, it proves that the allyl radical is a much more stable as compared to the tertiary, secondary, or primary or methyl radical. Okay, so this is all about the stability of allyl radical. Now we moving on the next point. That is the orbital picture. Orbital picture of allyl radical. Orbital picture of allyl radical. So again, this point clears all your doubts. Okay, because again some students have doubts in their mind. What is this hybrid structure? How this hybrid structure? Okay, then what is this contributing structure? Again, doubt is there. Okay, So orbital picture explain you all. Orbital picture gives a detail about the structure of resonance hybrid allyl radical. Okay, orbital picture explain the structure of resonance hybrid allyl radical. Okay, now see, as you know, the allyl radical in general, the allyl radical written as this, like this. Okay, where the carbon is having the odd electron. Okay, so if you examine, if you see this picture very carefully, you will find out that, listen very carefully, you will find out that हम एक पॉइंट क्यों देख रहे हैं ऑर्बिटल पिक्चर कि हाइब्रिड स्ट्रक्चर जो हम बोल रहे हैं अलग रेडिकल का इस तरीके का है जिसमें 1.5 बॉन्ड है, सही में ऐसा है क्या? दिस इज द क्वेश्चन, ऐसा हो सकता है क्या? यस, आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग दिस, this is the hybrid structure. But during the writing we cannot write like this. Okay, but actually the allyl radical having this type of the structure which having a 1.5 bond. Okay, so how I am explaining this with the help of pseudo resonance, as we know that this is the structure of hybrid. ESR signals, 3 ESR signal also indicate the hybrid resonance structure of allyl radical like this. Okay, but with the help of orbital picture again I am describing what is, how this is the structure of hybrid, or how this structure represent the hybrid structure of allyl radical. So listen carefully. So when we writing the structure of allyl radical, we write in general way like this. Okay, now in this structure, if you see this structure very carefully, again I am writing in a different manner so you can understand very easily. See this. So this is a structure of allyl radical. Now in this structure, it contains 3 carbon. Okay, and each carbon bonded to 3 atoms. This carbon, say this carbon is bonded to 2 hydrogen, 1 carbon. This carbon is bonded to 2 carbon, 1 hydrogen, and this carbon is bonded to 2 hydrogen and 1. Okay, so in this way, carbon is bonded to 3 atoms. So what is the type of hybridization? Yes, anybody? What is the type of hybridization? Yes, anybody? Write in the chat.
sp2.
It's very simple. Carbon is sp2 hybridized. Carbon is sp2 hybridized, means each carbon of the allyl radical is sp2 hybridized because it is bonded to 3 atoms. Means this carbon is having a 3 sp2 orbitals. Out of that, 1 sp2 orbital get overlapped with this, 1 sp2 overlap with this, 1 sp2 overlap with this. Okay, now we see this picture in detail. Okay, see. Now this is carbon, it having its 3 sp2 orbitals. Like this, you will get a 3 sp2 orbital of carbon. As you know that S character is 33%. There are 2 p, so it becomes 66%. Okay, so p character is more as compared to S character. Then again it is the overlapping of S and p. So it, this sp2 is a mixed hybrid orbital. So it not like a spherical, just that is like a S orbital, or it not like a dumbbell shape like a p orbital, but it is a hybrid orbital. Hybrid orbital means it is a combination of spherical as well as dumbbell orbital. Okay, so it is not that much elongated and that much spherical. Okay, so this, see, so in this way, this carbon is this one, it having 3 sp2 orbitals. Okay, again as you know that the carbon, when the carbon is sp2 hybrid one, so in that case again the geometry says that there is a bond angle of around 120. So it is a trigonal. So you can represent here, this is a trigonal molecule. Okay, now I am repeating this another carbon. This another carbon again have 3 sp2 orbitals like this. Okay, and like this. Then this carbon, so in this way you will get the sp2 orbitals of the 3 carbons. sp2, sp2, sp2. Okay. Now the 5 sp2 hybrid orbital of the carbon get overlap with 1 s orbital of 5 hydrogens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hydrogens. Okay. So hydrogen having a 1s orbital. Okay, 1s orbital containing odd electron. So 5 sp2 hybrid orbital of carbon get overlap with the 1s orbital of hydrogen. So like this, as you know that the 1s orbital is a spherical one. So like this carbon having 2 overlapping. Now this carbon, another carbon is having 1 overlapping. Then this carbon, this is H, 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 H. So in this way, you will get the 2 CH bond here, you will get the 1 CH bond here, and again you will get the 2 CH bond. Yes. So in this way, you will get the skeleton of the molecule. Okay, clear? Now remaining is what? अभी तक हमने देखा कि इस मॉलिक्यूल में कार्बन जो है वो sp2 हाइब्रिडाइज ऑर्बिटल है, देन उसमें बॉन्ड 120 का है, उसमें p कैरेक्टर 66% है. ओके, उसके बाद कार्बन की 5 sp2 हाइब्रिड ऑर्बिटल ओवरलैप हो गई है 1s ऑर्बिटल के साथ हाइड्रोजन की, वो हमने यहाँ पे ड्रॉप कर लिया है. नाउ व्हाट इज रिमेनिंग? रिमेनिंग इज दिस ऑड इलेक्ट्रॉन and this double bond, because this sp2 overlapping forms this signal. Okay, now this sp2 overlapping forms this bond. Okay, clear? This CH bond, this CH, this CH, this CH bond, this CH bond, this CH bond, this 2 CH, this 2 CH. Okay, so what is remaining? Remaining is odd electron and double bond. Odd electron and double. Okay. Now, as we know that the carbon is sp2 hybridized, means each carbon having now carbon is sp2 hybridized, means 3 orbitals. Okay, means each carbon having, yes, anybody, each carbon having, yes, come on, each carbon having, don't know, sp2 hybridized carbon है, तो each carbon having
3 sp2 hybrid orbitals.
Yes, that I already told you. Apart from that, each carbon having don't know. Okay. It having a 3 sp2 hybrid orbital. Yes. Apart from this, each carbon having a dumbbell shape p orbital. Dumbbell shape p orbital containing electron. So this is the odd electron on this carbon. This odd electron present in the p orbital. Okay. Now here this is the double bond. Why double bond is formed? Due to the overlapping of p orbital. Okay. So again this carbon is having a p orbital. Again this carbon is having a p orbital. So each p orbital contains 1 electron. Okay. Yes. each p orbital contains one electron. See this structure. CH2, CH2. Okay. So this carbon is sp2 hybridized containing odd electron. This carbon is sp2 hybridized. This carbon is sp2 hybridized. Okay. Now there is a one additional pi bond is there. Pi bond is formed due to the overlapping of pi electron. Pi electron present in the p orbital. So this carbon having one p orbital containing one electron. This carbon having one p orbital containing one electron. Okay. So in this way, each carbon contains one p orbital containing odd electron, which is not involved in the process of hybridization. So in this way, you will get the 3 odd electron. And as you know that about the p orbital is a dumbbell shape one. P orbital is a dumbbell shape one. Second thing again, the overlapping of p orbital. As you know that overlapping of p orbital like this or like this. Okay. This is again the pp overlapping. This is again the pp overlapping. But difference is that this is axial overlapping, and this is called as lateral overlapping. Axial overlapping like this, so it is a stronger one, and lateral overlapping like this. Okay, it is not that much strong, so it resulted into a pi bond, weak bond. Okay, so overlapping of this p orbital containing electron, or overlapping of the p orbital containing electron resulted into formation of pi bond. Okay, so here the overlapping of these two orbitals. Okay, now I can represent overlapping like this. I represent the overlapping. Okay, see this. This is like this. It contains odd electron. Now I represent this picture like this. Okay, here this is the sp2 overlapping, and this pp overlapping get overlap like this. Okay, so they form a white cloud above and below the plane, just like in the case of ethene. You know the structure of ethene. आपको पता है ethene का structure. ethene के structure में क्या है? Carbon is sp2 hybridized. So in this way you can carry out overlapping. Then now each carbon is having a p orbital. Okay, and this p orbital is containing odd electron. So overlapping of this p orbital like this. Overlapping of this p orbital resulted into a formation of pi bond. So we can represent the ethene like this. Additional bond, pi bond. Pi bond is formed due to the overlapping of this p orbital, and this pi cloud present above and below the plane. Okay, see, above and below the plane, or you can say above and below the sigma bond. Okay, clear? इतना clear हो गया है? Now in the case of ethene, there is a restrict movement of the pi electron. Restrict movement means there is only one chance getting overlapping of these two orbitals to form one pi bond. Okay, but in the case of allyl radical, see this picture very carefully. Each carbon having a p orbital containing odd electron. So what happened in the case of allyl radical? It is a different one than the ethene molecule. Here there is a formation of this bond here. Okay, so you will get the allyl radical like this. That is structure number 2. See this structure number 2. Okay, here you will get a double bond. Okay, then CH and CH2. Structure number 2. If the overlapping of these two p orbitals, okay, so formation of a double bond is here. That corresponds to the structure number 2. Okay, like this. Okay, and if the overlapping of p orbital like this, then you will get the structure which represent what? Okay, clear? समझ में आया? Means you will get two types of the overlapping that you cannot find out in the case of the ethene molecule because there is a restriction. Okay, but here the p orbital may overlap in such a way that you will get two different structures. Okay, so if the overlapping of this carbon and the p orbital of this carbon and this carbon resulted in the formation of this pi bond here. Okay, so you will get the structure number 2, and if it not happens, and if there is a overlapping of p orbital of this two carbon, okay, then resulted into a structure number 1. So I will represent like this. You will get the overlapping like this. This is p orbital. This is again the p orbital. Okay, so you will get the overlapping like this. Okay, so that you will get a molecule like this or contributing structure like this. This represents the structure number 2, or you will get the molecule like this. That is the structure number 1. Okay, or either 1 or 2. Okay, so this is a structure of represent the structure of hybrid one, where either this middle carbon p orbital may overlap with this carbon, or it may get overlap with this carbon. There are two possibilities. Okay, clear? समझ में आ रहा है आपको? So in this way you will get a two different resonating structure, but we representing the allyl radical actual structure like a hybrid one. How? Because this central carbon atom may overlap with this carbon p orbital or may overlap with the p orbital of this carbon. So in that case there are two types of the possibility, and that's why we represent the hybrid resonance structure like this. Okay, clear? Now here the pi electron pair serve to bind together more than two nuclei. Listen very carefully. Here the pi electron pair, okay, serve to bind together more than two nuclei. Okay, means ये जो pi electron है कभी ये दो nuclei के बीच में बॉन्ड फॉर्म कर रही है, कभी ये दो nuclei के बीच में बॉन्ड फॉर्म कर रहे हैं. Means दो nuclei से ज्यादा में pi bond pair involved है. Okay, or you can say the pi electron involves a formation of several bonds. Means this pi electron involved in the formation of this bond, or either this. Okay, so this is called as what? This is called as delocalization of pi electron. This is called as delocalization of pi electron. In the case of ethene, you don't get such type of, because the restricted is there, movement is there, and only there are two nuclei. Here there are three nuclei. Okay, pi electron may bind with the more than two nuclei. Okay, pi electron plays a very important role of participating in several bonds. Okay, so this happens due to the delocalization of the pi electron. Okay, and this delocalization of the pi electron resulted into more stable molecule. Okay, more stable molecule with having a less energy. More stable molecule means having a less energy, and this delocalization of the electron creates a delocalization energy. Okay, yes, clear? Due to the delocalization of electron means pi electron contribute into a participate into a several atom. Or pi electron pair is not restricted to only the two nucleus, but they bind together more than two nuclei. Okay, so in that case what happens? Either you will get the pi bond between these two carbon, or you will get a pi bond between these two carbon. Okay, but you cannot represent the structure of halide radical like this or like this. Okay, it may like this or it may like this. So we represent the structure of halide radical like a hybrid one. Okay, clear? So what I want to say that why this happens? Okay, because this happens due to the delocalization of electron. Okay, and that resulted a molecule, hybrid resonance molecule becomes more stable one. Yes, clear? More stable one which having a less energy, and this delocalization of electron causes the stability of molecule or resulted into the stability of molecule due to the delocalization energy. Delocalization energy is nowadays is called resonance energy. So why the molecule is stable? Due to the resonance energy. Why molecule is stable due to the resonance energy? Because that is due to the delocalization energy. Why? Because delocalization energy is formed due to the delocalization of electron. Then why delocalization of the electron resulted into a formation of several pi bonds. Then why several pi bonds resulted into a formation of number of contributing structures. These number of contributing structures are having the same stability, and therefore the stability of the hybrid one will get increases. Any doubt? Any doubt about the orbital picture? अब मुझे लगता है कि आपको समझ में आ गया कि हाइब्रिड पिक्चर कैसा है, क्यों है, on the basis of orbital picture. Yes. Any doubt? Clear or delete? Yes. Any doubt? Why this contributing structure? Why this contributing structure? Why this hybrid structure? Why the stability? Why the rearrangement? Why creates a signal? Why symmetrical? Why stability like this? All answers you will get. Any doubt? And with the help of resonance, you will get all the answers. Yes? Yes, anybody? समझे नहीं किसी को? Yes, yes. Any question?
Yes, any queries?
No query? Okay. Now this is all about the resonance. Now this is last 10 minutes about the resonance. Okay. Now here I am. Here I am stop to talk about the resonance. Okay. So we now going to summarize the resonance. Okay. So what we discuss in the resonance? Yes. Chemical structure can be written. Chemical structure can be written in two or more forms. Yes. Okay. When your molecule can be represented by two or more forms. Yes, clear. Then these different structures are called as contributing structure. Okay. These different structures are called as contributing structure. Okay. We represent a molecule via two or more structure which differs in the electronic arrangement, okay, having a same atomic arrangement, okay. So this structure is called as contributing structure. This structure also called as canonical form. This structure also called as resonating structure. Okay, इसको हम बोल सकते हैं contributing structure और इसको हम बोल सकते हैं resonating structure और इसको हम बोल सकते हैं canonical forms. Okay, now these structures form, ये structure क्यों form हुए? Two different structure. These structure form due to the shifting of pi electron. Due to the shifting of pi electron. Okay. See this due to the shifting of pi electron means अगर मान लो ये pi electron shift हो गया, then you will get the radical here. You will get a 2 means 1 is converted into the 2 or 2 is converted into the 1 due to the shifting of pi electron. Then again, all the resulting structure, all contributing structure, all canonical structures are imaginary one. Whenever you draw the molecule, you cannot write or you cannot explain the structure of the molecule via this contributing structure or resulting structure, and therefore these structures are imaginary one. Okay. Then again, none of the structure represent the property of molecule. Means contributing structure not satisfy the structure of the molecule. Contributing structure not explain the properties of molecule. Okay, and when all this structure mix together, you will get a structure of molecule that is called as resonance hybrid. Resonance hybrid that explains the actual structure of molecule, and this resonance hybrid is made up of contributing structure or resonant structure or canonical structure. Only condition is that the stability of the hybrid resonance again it depends upon the stability of contributing structure. Okay, if the contributing structures are equivalent, okay, अगर कोई structure उसके तीन contributing structure है, तीनों अगर equivalent है, then the stability of the resonance hybrid get increases. Okay, clear? So again, the stability of the hybrid structure, resonance hybrid structure, is depends upon the stability of contributing structure. Okay, clear? And then all the properties of the molecule, means in this case of the allyl radical, all the properties of the molecule explained by the resonance hybrid. It is not explained by the this imaginary contributing structure 1 or imaginary contributing structure 2. Okay, so this is all about the summarized points of the resonance. Okay, now we will see some examples of the resonance again. Okay, see this. Okay, now this is well-known example again. That this is called as allyl cation. Allyl cation, not radical. Allyl cation, it be also positive charge. Again, it is similar like a allyl radical. So again, it is a most stable one. Okay, and if you see the stability of the radical. Okay, in similar way, you can explain or explore this allyl cation molecule just like a allyl radical. Okay. And when I am talking about the stability of the allyl cation, we find out that the allyl cation is less than the tertiary one, but it is nearly equal to the secondary one, then the primary, then the methyl. Okay, means अगर आपको किसी ने पूछा कि allyl cation की stability कितनी होती है, that is equal to the secondary one, but it is less stable than the tertiary one. How I know that? Again, it's very simple. अगर हम N प्रोपेन का हेटेरोलिसिस करता है, हेटेरोलिसिस. ओके, सो you will get the propyl radical, propyl cation, you will get a propyl cation. Okay, clear? अगर हम allyl chloride का हेटेरोलिसिस करेंगे, okay, heterolysis means the generation of positive charge is there, then we will get the allyl cation. और हम अगर आइसोप्रोपाइल क्लोराइड, दैट इज द सेकेंडरी वन, आइसोप्रोपाइल क्लोराइड का हेटेरोलिसिस करेंगे, तो अगेन वी विल गेट द आइसोप्रोपाइल कैटायन. Okay, and when we discussing the energy required to carry out the hydrolysis, okay, then we find out that the isopropyl chloride requires delta H around 170 kilocalorie. Okay, allyl chloride to generate the allyl cation, okay, again it requires a delta H around 173 kilocalorie. Okay, and from the N propane, if you want to generate a propyl cation, okay, through the heterolytic breakdown, then again it requires a delta H is around 185 kilocalorie. Okay, so on the basis of the delta H, on the basis of the energy required to carry out the breakdown, to carry out the heterolytic breakdown to generate a corresponding cation, then it again clearly indicate that the allyl cation requires around 12 kilocalorie less energy as compared to the propane. Because why I am taking this, because it contains 3 carbon, this contains 3 carbon, this contains 3 carbon. Okay, so when we compare the energy required to carry out the dissociation, then we find out that the allyl chloride requires delta H value 10 kilocalorie less as compared to the generation of propyl cation from the N-propane. That means it clearly indicate the allyl cation is a stable one. Okay, now again there is a question whether the allyl cation is having a stability is more than a tertiary one or more than a secondary one. Okay, then we compare the dissociation of isopropyl chloride to generate the isopropyl cation. This is the secondary one. So we find out that it is delta H value is around 170. So 173 and 170 nearly the equal values. So we know that the allyl cation is having a stability is similar to that of the secondary one, and therefore the stability sequence of carbocation becomes the tertiary carbocation is the most stable, then the allyl one, then the primary, then the methyl. Then again, why the allyl carbocation is more stable? Because due to this, due to the resonance. Due to the resonance, because we having again the two contributing structure. Again the two contributing, you can represent like this, or you can represent like this. There are two contributing structure. And what is the hybrid structure? Again, you can write hybrid structure like this. Again, one and a half one. You can write the hybrid structure. Okay. So again, this result into this resonance resulted into the stability. Okay. Now see another example is HCl. Now HCl, it is a polar molecule. Okay, so you can represent HCl like this, or you can represent HCl like this. Okay, yes, but as such there is no resonance. Okay, you cannot say here is the resonance involved. Okay, here the development of the charge is related to the what, only the shifting of electron, shifting of this electron. Okay, this electron means this two electron. You can represent like this. These two electrons shifted like this. Okay, why? Because the chlorine is a much more electronegative than the hydrogen. This is called a simple inductive effect, distance-oriented effect. Okay, that develops a charge. Okay, so shifting of the electron resulted into the development of the charge due to the difference in the electronegativity. Okay, now in the case of methane molecule, methane, we already draw the structure of methane like this. Okay, you can represent the methane molecule like this. This. Okay, now you can represent the methane molecule like 1 or 2. No use, ignore it, no use. अगर आप बोलते कि मीथेन को हम ऐसे भी रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं, but why? There is no use. Why? Because as we know the electronegativity difference between the carbon and hydrogen, just similar one. Okay, are negligible. So if you represent methane molecule like this, so carbon bears a negative charge, and carbon is as such no electronegative atom. Okay, or doesn't have the electronegativity, so it not retain negative charge, so it becomes unstable one. Okay, so you cannot represent the methane molecule like this. Okay. Another example like this. C double bond O, C double bond O. Okay, this is called a CO2. CO2. You can write the different structure of CO2. Okay. How you can write the different structure of the CO2? Yes. Yes. See again, it's simple. If these pi bond get married here, okay, what happened? What happened? You will get the O, C, triple bond O, O minus, O positive. Yes, clear? Or these pi bond get married, so you will get a different structure like this. O, triple bond C, O minus. Sorry. O positive, O minus. So in this way, you will get a different structure. Clear? Then again in the case of, so why you get this? Okay. In the case of okay. See this CH2 CH CH2 in this way. Okay, this is product 1 2 3 4. Okay, 1 3 butadiene, 1 3 butadiene. So in that case again this bond gets shifted here. Okay, so what happens? You will get CH2, one gets shifted here, means this carbon bears positive charge, then here double bond, then again this CH2 is having negative charge in this liquid. Or so in this way you get different structures. CH double bond CH, CH2 get negative charge, and this CH2 get a positive charge. If this double bond gets here, okay, so this resulted into this one, this resulted into this one. Okay, so you will get the different type of the resonating structure. Okay, but there are certain examples where you don't get the different resonating structure or equivalent structure like this. CH2 CH2 don't get any resonating structure. Then in this case again you don't get any resonating structure. In this case again you don't get any resonating structure. Okay, so these are the examples, different examples where you will get. But in the case of allyl radical, in the case of allyl cation, means here CH2 CH double bond CH2. Okay, this is radical CH2 CH double bond CH2 allyl cation, then CH2 CH double bond CH2, again the anion, or you can say the NH2 CH double bond CH2, again it having a lone pair of electron. So in that case you will get a variety of the structure. Here again you will get the structure like this. This is inverted into this CH2 CH double bond CH2. In this way you will get the structure. In this case again you will get a structure like this CH2 CH CH2 here. Okay, so this shifted here, this shifted here, so you will get the this structure. If this pi electron gets shifted here, then the positive charge written on here. Okay, if this lone pair of electron gets shifted here, then what happens? You will get the structure like this: CH2 positive charge, double bond CH. Okay, then CH2 negative charge. Okay, in this case again this lone pair of shifted here, so this double bond gets shifted here. So you will get again another contributing structure where nitrogen bears a positive charge, then CH, then CH2 minus. So in this way you will get a different resonating structure or contributing structure, and if these two contributing structure or more than just two structures are equivalent, then we can represent the hybrid structure, that is the actual molecule of resonance. So finally, now which type of the molecule shows the resonance? Again, it is very simple. Okay, molecule must have a pi electron, or they possess a lone pair of electron. Second, molecule should have a conjugate system. Okay, this is a mandatory requirement for the resonance. Which type of the molecule shows resonance? So molecule must contain pi electron or lone pair of electron. Okay. Second requirement, molecule should be a conjugated one. Conjugated means alternate single and double bond. Alternate single and double bond. Just like this. Single double. Okay. Single double. Okay. Just like this again. The single double. Okay. Here again you will get a single double. Okay. So molecule should have a conjugated system, means alternate single and double bond. In the case of the cyclic compound, okay, they having single bond, double bond, single bond, not double bond. Okay, that's why this compound not shows the resonance. Again here single, double, single, double. no double. So this compound not shows the resonance. Here single, not a double. So this compound not shows the resonance. But in the case of benzene, it contains a pi electron. Yes, this pi electron forms a pi bond. It is a conjugated system. It contains alternate single and double bond. Yes, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond. Here, alternate conjugated system. So this type of the molecule shows the resonance, and therefore this type of the molecules are stable one. Okay, हमने कभी सोचा था कि अलाइल रेडिकल की स्टेबिलिटी टर्शियरी रेडिकल से ज्यादा होगी? हमने कभी सोचा था अलाइल कैटायन की स्टेबिलिटी सेकेंडरी कैटायन से ज्यादा होगी या सेकेंडरी कैटायन जितनी होंगी? ओके, why this happens? Due to the resonance. Why? Because they contain pi electron, shifting of electron, different structure. Okay, number of contributing structure. Contributing structure are stable, equivalent. So the stability of the hybrid structure get increases. Hence, the molecules are stable. So this is in short about the resonance. Okay. Now we move on the next part in the coming lecture, that is the aromatic compound. So in that case, whenever we are going to study of the aromatic compound, there is a resonance. Okay. So on the basis of this, you should know the what is resonance, and this whole concept of the resonance you have to apply in the aromatic compounds, and on the basis of that you have to prove the stability of the aromatic compound like benzene and its derivative. Okay, so in coming lecture, means in the next lecture, I will discuss the aromatic compound benzene. Okay, and that I will start that topic related to the structure of benzene. Okay, why अभी हमको पता है कि दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ बेंजीन, बट हम जब लेक्चर में पढ़ेंगे तो हमें ये भूल जाना है कि दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ बेंजीन, बट we have to find out what are the structural evidences, what are the analytical evidences which are responsible to get the structure of benzene. Okay, so in the coming lecture, in the next lecture, I will discuss about the derivation of structure of benzene with the help of some synthetic and analytical evidences. Thank you very much.